Hello everyone, hope all of you are fine. Right now I am at Mumbai Central platform number 5 and this is our train, the fastest double-decker express of India from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, and we are going to do journey in this very fast train. This is one of the very preferred trains, and especially since it has a good number of stops, yet it is quite fast, so many people prefer to travel for short distance also. Although among all the 4 trains that depart in the afternoon from Mumbai towards Ahmedabad, the dedicated ones, this is the second most, I could say, is the preferred one. The first and the most preferred one is the Vande Bharat Express because it is exceptionally fast and it is 5 hours 30 minutes journey, and it is really a very wonderful train to travel, and the priority of that train is very good. I've done a journey in that, it is already available on the channel. Initially, the Karnavati Express used to have a lot of demand, but now since it terminates temporarily at Vatwa station, so many people residing in Ahmedabad generally don't prefer that train. The reason is because from Vatwa to Ahmedabad, it is quite a lot of distance to travel. So many people prefer this particular train, that is double-decker express, to travel in. Now, this particular train will be departing at 2:30 from Mumbai Central, and I'll share the punctuality, the overall experience, the escapes, the crossings, and how the experience would be in this very wonderful train. It is operating for quite a long time and it has a very good demand. But if in case you are traveling towards Ahmedabad and you are checking for tickets, you can definitely check this particular train even after chat prepare, because sometimes it has seats available. Like today when I'm doing the journey, it has like around like 50 to 75 seats vacant after chart prepare. So if in case you have waiting like 30, 40 or 50, be rest assured it would be confirmed most probably. Unless it is weekend or holiday time, then it could be tricky. But this train has a lot of seats. So let's see when the door opens. Once the door is open, I'll get inside and I'll show you how the interior is and how the double decker looks like from inside. And there are 2 decks, that is the upper deck and the lower deck. My journey is in the upper deck, so I'll show you both the decks, but I'll also show you where my seat is and how it looks from inside. So let's see when the door opens and let's begin our journey in Mumbai Central Ahmedabad double-decker express. So the door is open after 1:45 and let's get inside. As you can see over there, there is the sliding door, after which you would be actually entering the coach. So let's get into the coach, and that's how it is. Here you can see there are like few seats which is on the normal height, and the reason why I say normal height is because you can see Vande Bharat Express standing over there, and the window is exactly at the same height like how any chair car coach is. After that, there is a change. Before we go on to the upper deck, let me show you the lower deck, and just need to go on the lower deck like this, and that's how the lower deck is. The most unique and different experience is the height. You can see the wheel of Vande Bharat Express. The window is not that clean because it is on the other side, and that's how the view would be if in case you are traveling on the lower deck. The seat numbers are generally in the range of like 1 to 50, something like that, and that's how the lower deck is. There is one charging point between the 2 windows, and there is the space to keep the luggage, and that's the seat arrangement, that is 3x2. There is this table, this net to keep any newspaper or anything, bottle holder. There is no footrest, so that is interesting, and that is the recliner handle which you can use to recline the seat, and that's one seat, but otherwise it is 3x2 setup. Now let's get back to the upper deck and let's see how the upper deck look like. Just need to move on the top. That's the upper deck, and here is my seat, 91 number. Let me keep my bag. I don't have too much of a luggage. So that's the view of upper deck, and the height is quite good. You can see like we are pretty much on the roof of the normal train coaches height. So yes, these coaches have longer height, and that side also you can see we are almost at the height of the top of the door of Vande Bharat Express. Now if you see the coach layout, there is one charging point between the 2 seats. I'm sorry, there is one charging point between the 2 windows, and this is the 3x2 setup. That's how you can like pull up the handle if in case you are like traveling with your friend or family, and if in case you want to pull it down, you can pull it down also. And as I told you, this is the recliner handle. This is actually the mid part of the coach. There is a table here, otherwise there is no table. There is how the table over there which is open, and the net which I showed you earlier on the lower deck, that's how it is. And there you can keep your luggage like how it is kept over there, and that's pretty much how the coach layout is. So one major minus which I could say in this particular train is there is one charging point between the two windows, and that is quite less because the journey is not like 2-3 hours or something like that. It is 6 hours plus. So yeah, it is a long journey, and you have to like periodically rotate the charging points between your co-passengers so that everyone's devices get charged, and that is something which is important, and you need to make sure that your phone is charged well in time. So I will be charging my device most probably when the sun sets, because then it is like pretty much dark outside. Now let's get outside. Let me show you the locomotive which would be ideally attached to a train. So let's see what is the locomotive of a train.
हा रायडरला तर तुम्ही कॅन्टीन मध्ये पाठवला, त्याच्याऐवजी घ्या कुठचा तरी रायडर.
So the locomotive of our train is Valsad Shed WAP 737571, which is attached to our train, and the generator car is of Vistadome coach, and that's very interesting. And that is the locomotive which is going to power us till Ahmedabad. So that's the Karnavati Express which will be departing first, which you can see, and there is the IRCTC Tejas Express. Beside that is the really fast Vande Bharat Express and the AC double-decker express. Interesting is you can see the locomotive is significantly ahead of the signal. So that is very interesting. I think they would be communicating with the train guard and the controllers, and then they would be departing because the signal is a little bit behind than the locomotive. Sharp on time, we departed from Mumbai Central, that is 2:30, and at the same time Paschim Express arrived at Mumbai Central, so that is also pretty much on time. Let's see some interesting skips which should be fast for this particular train. I'm expecting it, and let's see how it would be till Borivali. And at Borivali, many seats would be full, which are currently appearing to be empty, and you might also see many seats empty, but that won't be that much vacant after Borivali. So we will see how the patronage is. I am expecting it to be quite good from Borivali onwards, because most of the trains from Borivali gets a very good demand, because it helps in connectivity to quite a lot neighboring suburban places like Andheri, Goregaon, Malad, and even far off like Thane or some places near Thane. So let's see how the run will be till Borivali. We will enjoy the experience. I am expecting the run to be much more better after Borivali, so we will enjoy that also later on in our journey. That was a fantastic run, especially after Bandra. The train was doing a fantastic run and the parallel overtake was really very enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed the skips and the parallel overtake. We are shortly going to reach Borivali. I'm planning to show you Borivali arrival from my seat, which would be like the upper deck view of Borivali station. So let's head to the seat itself and see the Borivali arrival. Along with that, I'll make sure that everything is settled down, ticket is checked and everything is done. And then I'll come back towards the door and I'll share some interesting scenes, skips and crossings. The run so far has been fantastic, especially after Bandra. Let's get back to our seat now.
मम्मा इसके ऊपर गाँव लिखा है। गाँव जाएंगे। वो खाना खाएंगे।
मान करने को
सीधा बैठो।
pasti sama kredit.
Right now, I am at the lower deck, and that was the run of our train from Borivali till Safale. And in this particular run, I have shown view from the upper deck also and the lower deck also. Both the bridges of Vasai Creek I have showed from my seat, that is the upper deck, and both the bridges of Vaitarna Creek I have showed from the lower deck, that is from where I am sitting right now. So that's the difference which you can really feel. Although the class is not that clean, otherwise it would have been really very enjoyable to see, but that's how it is. And the train's primary maintenance is in Ahmedabad, so maybe while coming from Ahmedabad, this particular train might have the windows much more clear, but that's how it is right now. And let's enjoy some more scripts. TT has not come to check the ticket, so I was waiting for quite a long time to get my ticket checked and enjoy the view outside. The climate is also very wonderful outside, but anyways, I'll see how things proceed. There are quite a few seats empty at the lower deck, so maybe booking might be from the stops ahead, but whatever it is, let's enjoy some interesting skips, and let's see when we reach our first stop, that is Vapi. In between, if there is any crossings with any other train, I'll share that also. Otherwise, let's meet at Vapi station. So we reached Vapi after 4:30, and the delay is not too much. It is around like 10 minutes or so, and we have got the clearance. The train would be departing right now. I couldn't show much more skips after Dhanu Road because I got an important work and my priority was to complete that work. So I'm still doing it. And in between, we saw the overtake of Dhanu Road Vadodara Express, which just happened a little before Vapi. And I'll definitely try to show any further overtakes, skips, or crossings, whatever possible, but I'll also try to complete my work because I want to make sure that by the time we reach Surat, I don't have anything pending. I want to show the Tapti or Tapi River Bridge as it is called, and also the Narmada River Bridge, which is near Bharuch. So we'll see the stops at Valsad and Navsari, which are the two stops before reaching Surat, and in between I'll also complete my work, and that's the departure from Vapi, which is completed. We are very close to the locomotive, so I can definitely show a longer arrival, but the departure is almost like the exit of the train from the station itself. So let's see the next two stops. Along with that, if there is any interesting things which I would be able to capture, I'll definitely share it with you, and then we will reach Surat, and I'll share the details at Surat also. Our train would be arriving at Surat marginally delayed, and the reason is because there is another train, that is Swaraj Janta Express, which is ahead of our train, and I think we might be overtaking that train between Surat and Bharuch Junction. Our train stop after Surat is direct Bharuch Junction, but that particular train has two more stops, and it has arrival at Bharuch Junction later than what our train has. I think it arrives at 7 o'clock, and we would be arriving like 6:35. So we might be overtaking that train. Also, we might be seeing some scenes like the Tapti River Bridge and the Narmada River Bridge, and we would be also meeting with the Shatabdi Express. And I hope you enjoyed all the skips and crossings which I shared with you from Vapi till here, that is Surat. Let me show you the arrival at Surat station, following which we will enjoy non-stop till Vadodara, because after Surat, our train has only one stop, Bharuch Junction, and then it would be arriving at Vadodara. We might be getting overtaken by Vande Bharat Express, which is coming from Mumbai Central till Ahmedabad, and that generally happens after Vadodara, because when I traveled in that particular train, Vande Bharat Express, indeed overtook this particular double-decker express between Vadodara and Ahmedabad. It was quite dark and it was very less to be seen, but still I was able to spot that. So let's see, this time it would be a different perspective, because I am in double-decker express, so it should be an interesting overtake if that happens. But that is something which would be happening towards the later end of our journey. So first we will see the arrival at Surat station. Then I'll show you the Tapti River Bridge, which should be very magnificent to watch. And following that, we should be seeing some crossings, some skips, maybe an overtake of Swaraj Janta Express. Then the arrival at Bharuch Junction. Before that, Narmada River. So, a lot to be seen. Let's see how it unfolds till Vadodara Junction. So we arrived at Vadodara junction with a delay of 10 minutes or so, and it is not a big delay. The time allotted from Vadodara to Ahmedabad is quite significant. Clearance is given. I think the train would be starting shortly. Let me show you the departure also, because the arrival was very short-lived because there was a freight on this particular line, and this is the platform number 1. The train has started and the time is 7:45. We could be in for the overtake by Vande Bharat Express, and that would most probably happen. Also, I'll share you the 2 stops which are remaining of our train, that is Anand Junction and Nadiyad Junction, following which we should be reaching Ahmedabad. And I'll also have my own food because I have got my food from home. But if in case you want to have food online, you can order it at Vadodara. It would be a very good place to order because you would be able to complete before reaching Ahmedabad also, and plus the options will be quite a lot. Let's see the departure from Vadodara junction. So that was some legendary controlling, and the reason why I'm saying that as a sarcasm is because that was something really unexpected. I mean, if the train had to be passed ahead of our train, then why in first place it was looped and our train was made sure to go ahead, and then the very next stop we were made to loop, and that particular train was allowed. Ideally speaking, that train was running very late, and I personally feel since that train didn't had a stop at Nadia Junction, it should have been allowed to go ahead of a train at Anand Junction itself. It should have actually arrived at the main line on which we arrived, and we should have arrived at the loop line. And by the time we would have arrived, it would have easily gone from Anand Junction, and it could have saved further more time. So that was something which I would say additional time wastage and really very unacceptable kind of thing. And I think maybe controllers were confused or what happened, I really don't. Anyways, then we saw a couple of overtakes first from that particular train itself, that is Santragachi Porbandar Express, and after that the very important and premium Vande Bharat Express. So that was something expected, and that is something which we face. Overall, let me give you the journey review of this particular train. It is very enjoyable. Seats are a little bit uncomfortable. The bottle holders sometimes were like touching to my knees, so that is something which I would say is like a minus. And if in case someone is tall, then that could also be an issue. Food, you have to take care of that. If in case you want to have dinner, Vadodara is a very good option. You can get online food there. Otherwise, carry your own food because there is hardly snacks like vada pav and sandwich which are sold. I didn't even see teas being sold too much, so that is something which you need to really consider when you're traveling in this particular trip. And as far as the punctuality goes, that is fine, that is no issue with that. Safety is also a little bit concerned. The reason is because there are a lot of stops, and sometimes I have seen general passengers or local passengers entering the train, especially at Bharuch junction. So that is something which you need to take care of. But generally in AC chair car, you would be sitting on your seat. So that was pretty much my journey experience. I hope you also enjoyed it. If in case you still have any questions, queries, or doubts related to this particular journey, feel free to ask through the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching the entire video. I really appreciate it. And if in case you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because there are already many more videos on the channel and many more would be coming up. I'm also on Instagram. Here, the link is mentioned in the description. You can definitely connect me through Instagram also. And if in case you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Share it if someone is planning to travel in this particular train. And I hope I have answered all the questions, but feel free to ask if in case there is any questions. Now I'll show you the arrival at Ahmedabad junction, and if in case there is any other further series of events which I'm not expecting, but if in case there is anything happening, then I'll also mention and share it in this particular remaining journey. We are hardly like 30 or kilometer away from Ahmedabad, so we should be reaching on time. We could possibly we might reach 4 time also. So let's see when we reach at Ahmedabad junction, and then we will meet in some another journey. I won't extend the video any further because it was an enjoyable journey and it is completely dark outside and we are pretty much done with this entire journey. So take care, travel safe and be happy, and enjoy the few remaining moments of this particular journey in this video. And if in case you want to check any further journey from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, like in Vande Bharat Express or Shatabdi Express, I've done a journey in that and it is available on the channel. You can definitely watch it out. Travel safe, take care, be happy, and enjoy the remaining video. Goodbye for now.
Gracias, Line Center 1950.